guys. All right, check it out. Today's Labor Day, but people don't want to work. Labor means to work. So why don't they name it non-Labor Day, right? It's amazing what people do to want to take days off. For me, I'm pumped up. But what I want to go over today before we role play and we get on the phone, trust me when I tell you, this is the right opportunity because we're going to get a deal today. I always believe, because if you start to do with everybody else, oh, it's a day off, there's nobody going to be there, it's not going to be that. You know what? There are people going to be working. They're going to be getting less phone calls. This will be a time to shine, right? Because you're different. Most people are expecting not to get called because everybody's thinking the sheep mentality. I don't think that way. As I mentioned to you guys on Friday, you know, when I have my call center in Las Vegas and my brokerage firm, I will call people during the Thanksgiving holidays, during Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Because my mentality was, no one else is doing it. Why not? Be different, right? And I was able to do a lot of business during the end of the year. While everybody's partying and drinking and having a good time, I'm making money. I'm increasing my value. Does that make sense? So today I think we're going to have a good day because we're going to be more focused on what we need to do. But there's 3 power plays that no matter what you do, whether you have social media or not, if you do these 3 power plays, you're always going to generate sales. Okay? Now, the number one thing is engagement, right? Everybody posts a video or digital marketing or graphic because they want to engage people, right? You know, for me personally, they don't really know who that person is engaging them until they get to do business with them, right? The example is a bid. You put a bid, the guy sees the bid, and all he's judging is that number. When you put a content together, all they're judging is the look and the feel of that content, right? So I believe, and this is what I've learned in 30 years of sales, is the most powerful engagement that anyone can do is the one that you do yourself. What is that? A call to action. See, everybody has a call to action on the website, on their social media. They want the prospect to take the action based upon what they see. I don't agree with that 100%. It does work, but on a very small level or small scale. So I believe if you understand who your prospect is, right? Like janitorial companies, landscapers, roofing, everything that has to do with what we're about to do, if you understand who they are and what their needs are, you're going to have a more powerful engagement when you call them. Why? Because you're going to know about them, their industry, what they need, whether they need jobs, or in our case, we needed an employee. We decided, let's get companies that have employees so we could get the jobs, right, for them, right? So that's the most powerful engagement because you actually took the time to get to learn who your audience is. In this case, it's the commercial properties and other janitorial companies, right, for right now. Does that make sense? So if you understand the engagement and you know how to take the call to action, and you know the call to action for us is getting on the phone and cold calling. What do you think digital marketing is? It's cold calling. It's just in a visual format. What is a video? It's a visual and it's also verbal. What's an audio podcast? It's the same thing. It's just a different vehicle to engage people. So I believe that not everybody's good at that. Not everybody knows how to use that. But one thing we could all learn is how to cold call and make the right engagement. Because if I didn't cold call you and I made the engagement with you, I won't be here right now, right? We won't be having this conversation. So it was my ability to understand your industry. I didn't know who you were personally, but I knew I saw your business that I could help. So I got you engaged by taking a call to action. It really is that simple. Now I go back to the 3 C's. You know, when you're able to know the engagement and take the right call to action, you're going to convert more leads into sales. You're going to close more deals. Real estate is the deal. Anything like social media is converting leads into sales. That's the way it works. But more importantly, creating opportunities. I want to believe that I've been able to create opportunities for other people because I look for it. I see it. Does that make sense? I met with the real estate investor Friday, and on Wednesday, we're going to sign a deal. I told him, I want you to put a proposal to me. Okay? And I have an investor coming to the office. And I have the real estate people. I'm going to have you guys there. They're going to see a team. This investor is going to be very impressed. Okay? So understand, we're going to be converting, closing, and creating opportunity. We're doing all three because we're cold calling a lead, right? Going to give us a contract. We're converting that lead into a sale, right? Then we're going to close the deal. We're going to close the deal with other janitorial companies, right? And we're also creating opportunities for everyone, for them. Why? Because they need more jobs and we would like more employees, right? But that's been our weakness so far, right? But that's okay. But our strength is getting sales. So it's a good combination. So we're creating opportunity not just for the commercial property, but for us and also for the janitorial company. Obviously, landscaping will come and the other services will come, but just to keep it simple right now, that's what we're going to focus on. So I call that the 3 power plays because at the end of the day is I'm not going to wait for somebody to like my content or not like my content or like my video or subscribe to my video. I do that anyway, but that's not the big essence of what I do. I like to know who my audience is and then take the right action because once you know the story, right, and you know your value and you know the skill you have, how much more powerful is to get on the phone and know that they don't like what you're saying? Right? And then you're excited about calling the next person and the next person. Right? You see, when I'm on the phone, I get excited. I say things that out of left field because that's part of my storytelling. You know what I mean? But it's unique. It's you. But that's the engagement. They'll remember my laugh. Right? They'll remember my laugh. Whether they buy or not, that's a different story. But the engagement is the most important thing. And I always try to find a hole where I shouldn't be doing this, where I should be focusing on digital marketing and doing all that. I really challenge myself. I said, why would I do that? It works. Why go against something that works? Does that make sense? So that's what I want to share with you guys. You have any questions on that? Okay. So remember, engagement is not just engagement. It's before you make the phone call. Knowing the prospect. Like when we target the commercial properties. We want to see square footages. We want to know the questions to ask up front so we can get them engaged in what we're saying, right? That's the most important. The call to action is making the phone call. So this really is number one, call to action. And then the engagement, right? Because you have to be prepared to take the call to action to get them engaged. So it should be the other way around. I should have put it that way. So basically this is reverse here. Because you have to be prepared to take the call to action to engage them, and then you're going to get the conversion, the closing the deal, and creating opportunity. So that's what I've been thinking about over the weekend. And today could be the beginning of your sales career. Today could be the beginning of where everything just starts to transition the right way because we laid down the groundwork. We all been through the different challenges. I know you guys have been through a lot of challenges, but you made the decision, okay, this is the way we got to go because this is what we're going to be most valuable to everybody else because it is all about value, right? Anybody, janitorial services. How do you become different? That's what we're doing right now. Does that make sense? Any questions, concern? You guys ready to role play?
Ready.
All right, we're going to get role play. Let's go.